Hey y'all, it's me again. So I have a few thoughts. Now, last night I guess they had the BET Awards. Okay, so I was kind of unaware because I haven't watched in a while. No, I'm nobody. This is just for my 44 followers that I have. Right, I just have some notes that I want to go over real quick. I'm gonna try my best to not attack, blame because that's really what this was about. And I just feel like I'm an average black dude, so you could take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But I just want to know exactly like what are the awards awarding? Like what are the awards about anymore? What are these networks about? What are the black networks doing for us? Okay, I'm gonna just jump into this, and I'm gonna try to revise this because I'm gonna try not to attack. Right. So, like I said, I'm just a black dude, and this is my small platform, and I just want to make a couple things known real quick. Right. So, I mean, just because it's right on time. Now, I've had these thoughts for a while, but it's just finally relevant for me to say something about it. So I'm gonna jump right in. Right. So, just for instance, right. The BET Awards happened last night. On June 26, 2022, P. Diddy received a Lifetime Achievement Award through the same network. Now, if we fast forward to last night, y'all watched as they publicly tore this man down for however many hours that this broadcast went on, right? Okay. So, in a nutshell, it's not the people who did it because those are just the puppets that pretty much are in place to say and do the things that the powers that be say, of course. And that's pretty much with anything. So I just want to know exactly in your lifetime what have these networks done for you? Because I feel like in the short amount of time that I've had my small platform, I feel as though I've tried to help more than some of these networks have just by the content that they're showing us on an everyday basis, because I feel like it's not getting us anywhere to the point where we should be. We talk about being behind and how we can catch up and get the things that we need and things like that, but we're not even trying with the things that we're consuming on a day-to-day basis, right? And if those are the only networks that we have, exactly where are they getting us? Where are they going to be taking us to? Now, granted, in my lifetime, I've seen a lot of these artists. I've seen some of them grow. I've encountered all of them. I'll say back when I was younger in my heyday, of course I've listened to these artists. So I won't pretty much overlook the fact that that's how I was introduced to a lot of these artists. That's how I was introduced to the T.I.s, the Killer Mikes, the Nipseys, the Kendricks, the Tobys, Outkast. We got, even the Nas, Cole, Wale. I have a few written here. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Uncle Larry June. Like there's artists here that are talking about some real things, and we just want to know exactly, are these the ones that we are actually sharing their message, or are we just going to continue to share the music and not the message? Because these are artists that I listen to regularly that actually have a message out in the world, but the message isn't being pushed. or it could be swept under the rug. But also, if we're not pushing the message from the artist, what message are we pushing? Because I have more notes now. I'm lightly studied, so anybody can challenge me, but I just want to know, what are we gonna be getting from this lineup here? Because this is the lineup of a black network. You can do your homework, but before I even jump into the lineup, we can go over the awards real quick. How do we not? One, we didn't honor Angie Stone. That was big for me, that I realized. That was huge. I'll leave that at that. I'll let you Google who Angie Stone is, why she would need to be honored, but that kind of struck a nerve with me. Number two, I feel like there's a huge disconnect between what people are actually wearing and what these designers are getting these people to wear, and the people that are running these networks and these award shows are in cahoots with these designers, and they getting people to wear crazy stuff. And that's just another thing. I'll let y'all pick that apart. All 44 of y'all, right? How did Mariah Carey just now win her first BET award? Now, that kind of was confusing for me, because this is one of the biggest pop R&B singers ever, of course. To have her first award, that lets me know, was she not entertaining enough? Because that would be my biggest gripe. Because if she wasn't entertaining enough, did she not shake it enough? What was it? How is that possible? But I can pick that apart for days. Like I said, we get up on the stages, the comedians seem like they make it okay to just smooth over whatever it is we want to say, pick each other apart. Black men, black women, we could go back and forth. As long as it's funny, it's great. We just gonna keep it going, keep giving off the same messages, right? So now we talk about the lineup. So the black networks, I challenge you, because I don't want to attack you. I challenge you to be better, because I want to know exactly where we're gonna get, right? When we watching this is the lineup. We got Martin, we got Meet the Browns, Martin again, Living Single, got Jamie Foxx. We got the movie Obsessed, right? Jumping the Broom, right? Girls Trip. Now, Zatima, that must be a new show. Somebody can enlighten me on what that is. All the Queen's Men, right? Zatima again. And that's pretty much the day. Tomorrow, it's going to start over. We swap the movies. We got more of the same shows, but we swap the movies. We got next Friday. We got Baby Boy coming up. We got Snakes on a Plane, right? We got Takers, okay? And then, let's see. Then the shows kind of switch. A couple of them get replaced, and we got Family Matters, right? And then, I mean, it's pretty much more of the same from there. Reruns of the awards. Now, back in my day, it was a lot more music. Of course, it took an hour and a half to 2 hours to play 10 music videos plus a couple extra sprinkled in there. We had Rap City, we had Cedar's World, we had, College Hill, we had, there was some shows, there were some things, but those went away. Now, just for instance, right, since I've been born, if we had 30 years of the same entertainment and it got us here, where exactly is it going to take us in the next 30 if say our children is watching the same things that we grew up watching with the same message, I just challenge y'all to be better, because I just feel like we're not getting anywhere. We're not changing anything, but we demand change. But if these networks are what we have, where do we get the change from? Now, next, these could be bad examples, but these are just some shows that I picked out that are being watched that either I've learned a couple things from, or that are very popular that people know. That, of course, I'm not saying we can have these on said networks, but we haven't tried to get close to this, because we've got rid of, the music, but we haven't gained anything. Look, I grew up, there was BT Uncut, there was infomercials after that, but okay, they took that away, but we didn't gain anything. Because I feel like if we wanted certain said shows that could actually help us, and they felt like these shows weren't gonna be watched, that's fine. So why couldn't we put those shows on 2, 3, 4 a.m. where we had all the nonsense and the fluff once we got rid of it? Because I mean, like I said, a teenager growing up, these were shows that were on. I'm just being transparent, because that's where I feel now we could have had black finance shows. So I'm gonna go with my list, right? So of course we got Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, House, The Resident, ER, Grey's Anatomy, Scrubs for that matter, Criminal Minds, Law and Order, CSI, The Walking Dead, and The Outlast, Alone, The League, All American. I mean, I know nobody wants any educational shows or survival show, anything like that. So I won't dive too much into those right there, right? But we haven't even strived to have anything like it. And I'm like, if there was a finance show, we talked about anything financial to try to get us to the next step, or I mean, I don't want to say real estate, but I mean, there's anything, but we haven't even taken any of those strides, because it's like we continue to demand to be entertained, and that was a very big topic for me, because I feel like if we stop feeling the need to be entertained, and we actually put some type of work in, we develop some type of skills on the side. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being entertained, but at the same time, if that's all we're doing, we're not really gonna get anywhere. I mean, like I said, there's no finance shows that I know, and I'm not saying that there's not other networks, but I'm saying for the networks that we really know, or the ones that some people feel like that's really all we have, you know. And we're not even in the cable era anymore, so if there's no outreach from said black networks, and all we're getting is twerking, fighting, the back and forth, the jokes, how do we expect anybody to take us seriously? Like, honestly, like I said, look, this is just for my 44 followers. I'm just a black dude trying to give my 2 cents. So, like I said, I'm just challenging our networks to do better. I mean, I have some ideas, but I'm just me. I'm just a black dude. I'm working on writing movies. I've never been to film production school, but I'm writing movies. I'm writing shows. I've never acted. I'm writing comic books. I don't know how to draw, but I know that there's a need for different, and I know that there's a need for better. And everything that we just keep watching and keep consuming is getting stale. It's really getting stale, and it's really tough to judge something that I'm no longer a part of, but I'm just speaking because I have skin in the game, and just from my experience, that was my argument. So, like I said, I challenge these networks to do a little bit better. Let's change it up. See if we can do anything different, because I mean, of course, we can continue to watch the same things over and over again, but where is it going to get us? Same place we already are. And I'm not knocking the shows. It's not the shows. It's just the network that continues to push the same agenda, the same thing. It's just, I don't get where we're getting from it. Because I love Martin to death. I love Jamie Foxx to death. These are my cats. But I would love to get with them and see how we can work on something different, with a different message. And we continue to grow from what we already did. And I know that there's things in production, but they keep getting tainted. Everything that we want to produce either gets tainted or canceled. Like, Damon Wayans, one of the hardest working men in show business, period. Had a show get canceled before I could even catch it. Just because I've been so caught up in work and then trying to do everything, man. They said Papa's House got canceled. I didn't even catch it yet. It's crazy. But, look, like I said, I just invite y'all to challenge me if need be. I'm just trying to do what I can. And I know my family is tired of my black empowerment speeches and my getting on my MLK soapbox. They tired. Like, I'm just trying to change what I can change. So if this is all that I was meant to put out there, then that's cool. But this was a very big message for me, because if I feel like I could change anything, then cool. Because this is the platform now. This is all I got. So I advise y'all to just listen to what I said before they decide to take me out, because I feel like this is huge. But it might not be to y'all, because this might not pertain to y'all. Some of y'all might be like, he crazy, why should I listen to him? Of course, but that's just the way of the world. I'm one of 30 trillion or however many, but I challenge you to start thinking outside the box a little bit, start opening up your mind a little bit, trying to be a little bit more self-sufficient, and just see what else is out there. Don't just be laid up and want to be entertained. How many times we gonna listen to the same jokes? Well, look, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. We almost on like 20 minutes. I just wanted to get that out there, while the day is still the day. We losing light. So, hey, like I said, I challenge you. I challenge the networks. I challenge everybody. We're gonna get better, but that was just a couple points that I had. Shout out to everybody out there that's trying to make a difference. And I'm here. So, hey, we just trying to get a couple more followers, and we can go live. We can all chat about it. But I'm just trying to be the change that I'm trying to see in the world. Got to start somewhere. Peace.